Torrey, Utah, right where the desert gives way to orchards and big sky. What started back in 2012 as a bold experiment, planting heritage apple trees in the high desert, has grown into Utah's first orchard-based cidery. Today, Ann and Robert are farming over 80 heirloom apple varieties, growing, harvesting, and fermenting everything right here. The name Etta Place comes from a bit of local legend, an outlaw spirit tied to the Wild Bunch. And honestly, it fits. There's something quite rebellious about growing apples at nearly 7,000 feet, surrounded by red rock, frost, wind, and wide open spaces. And this year, nature tested them. A hard winter, late frosts, a second freeze after the buds had already started waking up. High desert farming does not guarantee anything. It asks for patience, grit, and a lot of faith in the process. But that's what cider is at its core, a long, physical labor of love. So today, we're here for the crush, watching apples from their own orchard and from the local community get pressed, worked, and transformed. Sticky hands, sore backs, good people, and a shared belief that something beautiful comes from showing up year after year. This is Etta Place Cidery.
You don't get lucky every year. We ended up having a second bloom after we had lost all the first bloom. So we had this big freeze, all the blossoms dropped, we were crying, we'd lost everything. And then in a couple of weeks, there were blossoms on the first year canes. It was as though the first year canes had gone through a winter. So it had been so cold, but then it warmed up so fast, they acted like they were second year canes. And
That's
we ended
beautiful.
up with a whole bunch of fruit that we're very grateful for.
How rare is that freeze and bounce
You know,
back?
we've talked to a lot of botanists about it, and they said, well, yeah, no, those were just residual blossoms that you missed. And the answer is no, they were on first year wood. We know that. So it is possible for apples to do
Magical.
double year genetics.
That's just magic.
Yeah, well, I think it's molecular biology myself. It could be magic, but I'm going to bet.
New boot goof.
This is Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Well, this is it. Let me step outside.
Hey, Robert. How you doing?
CJ, Robert is nearly deaf.
We communicated.
Holler at him. This is what we're doing today. This is gonna all be going into one cider.
Wow.
So those are apples from a a friend of ours had them in cold storage. Ooh. Those got picked much earlier in the season. These bins here were all picked recently. So, yeah. Redfields. These are Harrisons. This was an apple that was lost for, oh gosh, for about almost 3 centuries. We know it was lost because we have all of the economic records from the time, and this was a big seller back in the 1700s. Then all of a sudden it just disappeared, and it was found in the 1990s, and then it took about 20 years to genetically verify that it really was the lost Harrison. It was an amazing story.
Wow.
But now a lot of us are growing it. It's a great cider apple, but it's a very, very late harvest apple. This was the very last variety we picked.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
So what we will do is we will wheel a bin over to here. Once it's all aligned, we'll set right here. This is the labor. It gets shoveled up here. We sort on this table, and they fall into here. Wash up this here. Grind in here. Fall into the press. And then we catch it with the bucket. That's while it's filling. It'll start to actually press on its own.
Oh, cool.
Just from its own weight. And when it's full, it gets wheeled over to here. There's a pump, and it'll get pumped into one of these fermentation bags.
The last one of the season. Bittersweet.
I cannot wait for those 7 apples bins to be empty.
Ah. What's the plans for the winter?
4 days a week here, and then I was accepted into a Goldman Sachs funded program for entrepreneurs out of Salt Lake Community College, and that starts next week. So
Oh boy. No rest for the wicked, huh?
none whatsoever.
This space is actually a little bit too small for a regular pallet jack.
Ah.
You let them sit down, you can't get the pallet jack underneath it. These are apples that we picked earlier.
Are these not the Harrisons right here?
No, these are Cavill Blanc. These are Golden Russets. A whole bunch of that streaky one is a Cox's Orange Pippin. So they've been sitting in here. They're alive. We picked them, but they're still alive. They're continuing to metabolize, continuing to ripen, and increasing sugar levels. So
Look at that mama honker.
That one is Bramley seedling. This is an old British cooking apple, and you can't get it anywhere. You have to grow it. But it's a fantastic cooking apple. This is an apple that you'd make applesauce with. You cook it down, cut it up in chunks, cook it down, and then at the right temperature it collapses into sauce. You don't have to grind it.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a fabulous apple. Big, tart. So this is a mix of all our last heritages that are going to go into a tank that we've already got running. We're going to burp the tank, get the CO2 off, pump this into it, and then we'll switch over to our rest of them, which is going to be all American. This is pretty much all British.
I love it. You need British yeast with it as well?
No.
It's not 100% British then. French yeast.
French.
I love it.
A lot of us are buying a lot of different varieties of yeast, but a great variety come from a big curated population.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's have the hospitality and safety chat. And see this little screw here? This little screw comes from like Slovenia, and it is very important to the entire process, and we don't want to lose it. So before we empty the press, we just need to tighten it down. Finger tight, not monster tight, so I can undo it. So the way these presses work is the pomace goes in here, Once it's full, we attach a hose here, and that starts filling this bladder full of water. And of course you can't see what's going on because it's all locked down tight. And this gets quite large and pushes the pomace. And that's what the juicing action is. But this little screw, what it's doing, you can see there's a little air hole here, is bleeding the air out of the thing. And then in a moment, water starts shooting out. You tighten it down, and then you're under pressure. But since the pomace eventually goes to animal feed, we really don't want this to end up in the feed, and we need it to pressurize the pumps.
Right.
We have spares, but let's not go hunt for them.
Yeah, usually I've seen presses go down, but this one's going to be going out.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes, it's called a hydro press or a bladder press.
I'm excited to see this press on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's cold today. Siege. Under pressure, active fermentation, under pressure. So fermentation's happening in the bags right now instead of stainless steel, which stainless steel is expensive. But Robert's the only one I know in the state that's actually doing fermentation in the bags, and once the bags are done, they get disposed. Experimental. Not bad, huh? And then they've simplified it to where it can live in these totes, and then they can easily move these totes around. So once they've bled the pressure off, now they can sit and rest, and you can start stacking them. Yeah, so yeast eats sugar. The byproduct of that is CO2 and alcohol. So this is actually CO2. So this is an active fermentation. It's probably towards the end. You're not seeing a lot of activity, but there's some movement. So it's adorable. Bloop, bloop. So that byproduct, the CO2 will come up. You'll hear it. Bloop, bloop. Inside of this is sanitary. So we don't want anything going into these bags. That's why it's in the bucket, so nothing can go up and into the hoses. I'm rocking my favorite Etta Place jacket. Etta Place swag. Safety. Let's go. Up and over.
Alignment. Okay.
Right here.
He has it. David has it.
And it's in my right hand. Boop.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're injured.
That's okay.
That's serious. Sleeve B on frame B. It's
So that's why you label them B and B?
recently.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Okay.
This one's ready.
It's a labor of love.
Let's get David an apron.
Yes.
And also we need a tote with a bag in it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There you are.
Thank you. Got a pocket for snacks. And you know I'm gonna be munching on some apples here. What do you think?
Fresh.
Hey, Siege. Floor drains? Floor drains? Kind of looks like the ones in Helper, right?
Right.
There you go.
Beep, beep, beep.
You can start singing. Wheels on the bus go round and round, round.
Samuel! Allow me to get you a medal for drying your pants.
I'm just gonna get them wet again. But
And there's a new apron.
I stole your apron.
I'll come for that later.
That's fine.
So apple juice is extraordinarily acidic, and it's really hard on all manner of equipment, including the floor drains. We visited a lot of cideries that had the standard cast iron floor drains, and they just didn't hold up. So when we built the building, This was one of the things Robert insisted on having for our facility, is a stainless steel drain that a forklift could drive over, and I will leave you to imagine what that cost.
But they're holding up well. They really are.
They really are.
As opposed to the cast iron, you said?
Yeah.
Was all the acid the apples have? Just corrode
Yeah,
those
I don't
quick.
know what the acidity of beer is.
We sit between 4 and 5.
Yeah, so apple juice is more like closer to 3,
Yeah.
3.5.
It's like sour
3.5.
beers. You get the lower 3s.
Okay.
Okay, Robert is going to do the party trick for you, and I'm going to stand next to him so that you can hear him talk.
Love it.
Okay, so this is a Redfield apple. This is an apple that there's a hybrid that was developed in the 1930s by the Geneva Research Station in upstate New York. It is a hybrid between an apple called a Wolf River, which is a giant Wisconsin apple from the 1870s. And then in Kyrgyzstan, a Polish physician discovered an apple that was named Malus newidskiana, which is a different species but still hybridizes successfully with Malus domestica. And it was a deep red, super tart, amazing apple. And so what we end up with is this guy.
Let's go!
Okay, this is an apple that is filled with tannins, acidity, grapefruit forward. So it's basically a perfect cider apple. It's got all the balanced features of the flavors that you're looking for in cider. And it basically makes a pink juice. And it's a true rosé. Pretty tart stuff.
In good years, we have enough of these trees we can make a rosé cider. This is not a good year, so this is going into the All-American, since it was bred in upstate New York.
Yeah, and you can see the reddish
blood.
juice.
Yeah. All right.
So it's not a great eating apple, but it's fantastic cider.
But it's
apple.
tart for me. I like that.
Yeah. But the question is, can you eat a whole one?
Probably
That's
not.
probably not. That's
Probably not.
people tend every once in a while to like it, but then realize that this is.
I get palate fatigue
this
if I
is
kept
gonna
doing that.
Get
Yeah.
you after a while.
And are you
Yeah.
picking up any of the tannin, the leathery component on the back on your tongue?
On the back end,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
towards
so-
the finish of the apple.
So you can make a really high quality single varietal out of this apple.
In fact, the reason we grow this and make it at all, there was a cidery in upstate New York that made a wonderful single varietal cider. We
Ooh.
thought we'd just copy it,
Good.
and so we did.
Good.
Yeah, and won a gold medal.
Yes.
So, that's it. Going back in the van.
He's dressed like rain gear. I'm not dressed in rain
Perfect.
gear. Don't know what we signed up for.
I think we're about to
Find out.
Wash it in water.
Yo!
There should be the Etta Place haka. We should learn our
No.
own New Zealand haka, right?
We should make one up.
Yes.
So everybody remembers, anybody can pull the plug on the grinder. I'll fill the press.
At the wall.
For safety, pull the plug.
Yes. I'll go when you get it started.
Who's taking the first shovel? Right up here. Left. Left. Right.
Dude, this is so cool. Not a white one though. It's like a little mini pumpkin. Back up. A nice little workout. Keeping me warmer than, I like to be warm right now. It's awesome. I've always wanted to do something like this. You know, take apples from a tree, make cider out of it. Or even like apple juice. It's really cool to see how this is a community apple right here, or just down the street. So locally grown, locally sourced, and a local cider, a no-brainer. And local help. These look super juicy. Look at that guy. Yeah. So these are the bag seeds that we're making, or we're putting the juice in. These are thick layered bags. You see it with the process right now? So we got juice collecting, and now we're filling up these bags. Fermentation is going to happen in these bags. It's our fresh juice, and then we're going to pump it. Cascade right there. So we just finished pressing, so now there's just a bunch of pumice in there. We're going to take that pumice, give it to the farmers, but now we're releasing that bladder is this big, and we're releasing that bladder, all that pressure. You can see the pressure coming out, pissing out right now. And we're gonna see inside the leftover apple juice. I guess apple pumice.
Yeah, it's almost ready to open up and do the reveal.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at good enough pressure to shut this down now. We're trying to preserve water out here. And so we have to bleed the bladder to have it collapse in order to get the pumice out. But the reality is we'd like to save some of the water. Yeah. Okay, and so this is the pumice, which is left over from the pressing. You can see a gap in here. From this press, we got about 13.5% bricks, which is about 13.5% sugar concentration in the apple juice. If we take this out and soak it again and press it again, we can produce about 4% ABV beverage called a ciderkin. So there's quite a bit of sugar left in here. We're going to recover this into this great big bag over here for a local farmer who is feeding it to his animals over the winter. Okay, now the big test is to gently rock this forward. Then, woohoo! Nice. Excellent.
Like butter.
Super.
Yeah.
And we're ready to run again.
There we go.
Spin this around.
Not bad. And always pocket apple.
Before we start up again,
You know they say an apple a day. Pocket apple.
So it's not been oxidized yet, so this has been oxidized. Oxidation right there, completely different. The oxidation happens really quick. When you bite into the apple, you get that browning effect. That hasn't happened yet. This is fresh, but this will turn the brown color the longer it's in the oxygen, the air. Sam's gonna put the top on, so we're gonna squeeze it. And then we're gonna see this beautiful cascading effect. And this is our juice right here, fresh juice.
Smells so good.
Yeah, it's fresh apple juice right there, can't get any better. So Sam's gonna put this on, tighten it down, you're gonna see it.
It's just if it gets really applesaucey and stuff starts spurting out. It happens more with pears, but
And now that bladder is expanding, pushing against the sidewalls, and we're gonna see all that juice come, start just dripping down. I feel like I'm home. This is an American tradition right here. Apples, harvesting apples, the fruits of your labor. It's a no-brainer. This is the most traditional American thing you can do right now. It smells so good. I love how Robert has a smile on. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. That's remarkable.
So the pink color here is from a series of molecules called anthocyanins. And anthocyanins come off the same pathway that ends up producing tannins, which are big leathery flavor molecules for making great cider.
Got it.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, they're not inextricably linked, so you can have lots of tannin production without color, but when you have color like that, you're pretty sure that you've got a good tannin production.
Love it.
that color won't persist. But when you're doing a full press of them, oh my gosh. Not this year.
Not this year.
Okay, you don't get lucky every year.
And he was telling us about the late frost.
Yeah,
How that
so we're lucky
out.
we have anything at all.
Yeah.
We ended up having a second bloom after we had lost all the first bloom. So first year canes on apples won't produce fruit. They have to go through a winter and the second year canes will start to produce fruit. At least that's the way it's been happening in our orchard. So we had this big freeze, all the blossoms dropped, we were crying, we'd lost everything. And then in a couple of weeks there were blossoms on the first year canes. So it was as though the first year canes had gone through a winter. So it had been so cold, but then it warmed up so fast, they acted like they were second year canes. And
That's
we ended
beautiful.
up with a whole bunch of fruit that we're very grateful for.
Yeah, beautiful.
How rare is that freeze and bounce?
You know,
back?
we've talked to a lot of botanists about it, and they said, well, yeah, no, those were just residual blossoms that you missed. And the answer is no, they were on first year wood. We know that. So I actually don't know how often that happens. But there are apple varieties in parts of the world, like we've heard of orchards in like Venezuela that produce 2 crops a year. So it is possible for apples to do
Magical.
double year genetics.
That's just magic.
Yeah, well, I think it's molecular biology myself.
I'm hippy dippy, so.
It could be magic, but I'm gonna bet. What I do is I question my knowledge.
Yeah, good. I love that. Boom. So at the end of this, there's a ceremonial last shovel. We're gonna be part of it. The best tour guides of Torrey, Utah, Capitol Reef, Western Whiptail Adventures, shout out. It's one of our sponsors.
Been very, very successful. We're going to get close to 1,000 liters.
1,000 liters. Wow. Congratulations.
If we had a full harvest, it would be a 2,000 liter season. You probably understand why people come one time to do this, but they don't come back a second time.
If I lived here, we'd be doing this with you.
You got a pocket apple?
Always. This is just lovely. It's like Willy Wonka and the Cider Factory.
It seems like you're getting nowhere and then all of a sudden your tote is full.
You enjoy this way too much. I haven't seen you smile this hard in forever.
Done. We're on the last bin. The last bin of the season.
I better get shoveling. You're distracting me. I brought you a hamburger.
You bought me a hamburger?
Yeah.
I have to do that.
I know what I can and don't have to do. I get it. I love you. I know. You do the same for me.
I would.
I know. I thought you'd have more time to eat. Yeah. Hey, magic!
That's amazing.
Oh, that's so good. Woo! Almost there.
This is it. This is it.
I have the honor of the last ceremonial shovel. It's done. Congrats, brother. Congratulations.
Oh, damn.
All that hard work. It's been a rough one this season.
It has. It's taken more work to get to this point than normal. It's like keeping first, they say. After a while, they say, that wasn't so bad.
Let's do it again.
This year, I'm sure the freeze being a big challenge.
Yeah.
What's your takeaway this year?
Well, we've had a little bit of prior experience with this. We have friends in Montana that are really super experienced juicers, and we can buy heritage juice from them. We've got Chris Riley in Utah, who's a fantastic farmer, and he brings us a lot of apples for our base juice anyways. We'll find a way to roll forward. You make friends in this industry really fast. If you're young and start up, people will come and help you. Yeah. They will come help you. It's just shocking how the agricultural community comes together. I can't tell you how helpful the cider community has been to us in the process of learning what cider should we make, what shouldn't we do. Nobody is shy about giving you their experience.
It's enough to honestly make you like emotional.
Yeah. It does. It does. It's absolutely fantastic.
Do you have a pocket apple?
A pocket apple.
But you do need a shower.
Oh no, I have a box of apples in the garage.
After a long day's work, here we are.
I'm a second timer now.
Yes, you are.
We crushed it.
But that's on Friday. You missed it yesterday.
What do you got there?
This is the All-American Off-Dry. So those apples from last year we pressed, these are them. This is the only cidery in Utah that grows their own apples and then presses them. I also had the All-American.
Okay, pal, here we go.
Ooh,
You have got the Imperial. This is our 10%. It is a semi-dry. The middle one is going to be your All-American. It has 5 different apples in it. Therefore, it's a little apple forward, and it's more like a traditional hard cider. The end is going to be your Camp Cohab. It has a plum infusion. This one won a gold medal award. It's fabulous. Everybody likes it. If you don't,
yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not everyone. Okay.
It means so much more to see how this thing is made and appreciate it. People complain that they're too expensive sometimes, but it's so labor intensive to make all this stuff.
Right. We were talking about that when we went to Capitol Burger, kind of the same thing where individuals were bitching about the cheese.
Yeah.
And prices of everything. We're like, well, you can hear the generator going. You can see that they're in there working their ass off. You can see that it's their trailer with their truck, their personal truck. And so that labor of love is something you can't, yeah. Salud.
Cheers.
Congrats on the press. Oh,
Yeah.
You're actually like touching those apples all day long.
this apple?
That one.
That's the final apple. Pocket apple.